Teacher told janitor to solve calculus as a joke. What happened next shocked the whole school. Everyone at Crestwood High knew Mr. Thomas, the janitor with the kind eyes, always humming old jazz tunes and offering a warm smile even on the coldest winter mornings. He'd worked there for nearly 2 decades, pushing his mop through endless hallways, fixing leaky sinks, and quietly becoming a part of the school's heartbeat. Most students barely noticed him beyond a polite nod. Most teachers didn't either until one rainy Tuesday afternoon. Mr. Bradshaw, the new calculus teacher fresh out of grad school, was known for his sharp wit and sarcasm. He prided himself on being the smartest person in the room. That day, he was scribbling an especially complex integral on the whiteboard after class, muttering to himself about how none of his students would be able to crack it. As Mr. Thomas came in to empty the trash bins, Bradshaw chuckled and said, "Hey, Mr. Thomas, why don't you take a crack at this problem? Might be fun." It was meant as a joke, just a passing jab, the kind that slips out without a second thought. But Mr. Thomas didn't laugh. He stared at the board for a few seconds, then calmly set his trash bag down. He picked up a dry erase marker with hands that looked far too weathered for calculus. The students still packing their bags paused. Even Bradshaw looked up, amused. And then Mr. Thomas began to write. Lines and symbols flowed from the marker like water. Step by step. Clean. Precise. Logical. By the time he was done, the once daunting equation had been unraveled completely, solved flawlessly. For a moment, there was nothing but stunned silence. Then Bradshaw blinked. How did you know that?" Mr. Thomas smiled modestly, wiping his hands on his coveralls. "Used to teach mathematics at Howard. Before life happened." Whispers echoed through the room like wildfire. "Wait, Howard University?" someone whispered. By the end of the day, the whole school knew. As the story spread, so did a kind of collective guilt. Teachers who'd barely acknowledged him started saying hello. Students who'd walked past without a glance now stayed to chat. Mr. Thomas wasn't just the janitor anymore. He was a living reminder of something deeper. It turned out, after his wife passed away and medical bills piled up, Mr. Thomas had left academia to support his family. He never complained, never asked for more. He simply showed up every day with a heart full of quiet dignity. A week later, the school organized an assembly in his honor. The principal handed Mr. Thomas a plaque, but more importantly, the district board offered him a part-time mentorship role, teaching advanced math to students struggling with the subject. Mr. Bradshaw, now humbled and wiser, publicly thanked Mr. Thomas for the reminder that talent and wisdom aren't defined by a title or a salary, but by heart, experience, and perseverance. The emotional climax came when a shy sophomore named Lily, who had been failing calculus, approached Mr. Thomas after his first mentoring session. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "You make it make sense. No one's ever explained it like that before." Mr. Thomas knelt down, looked her in the eye and said, "You've always had it in you. Sometimes, you just need someone to believe in you." That moment changed everything. Not just for Lily, but for every student who realized that kindness, humility, and knowledge could shine through even the simplest uniforms. In a world obsessed with titles and degrees, Crestwood High learned something beautiful. Greatness doesn't always wear a suit. It sometimes pushes a mop. And from that day on, Mr. Thomas didn't just clean the school. He inspired it. The end.